days off, 3 days off, 4 days on. He has to do a couple Saturdays a month, but this is one off. So got a $130 round trip ticket from Dallas Love Field up here to Atlanta. So we picked him up. Was up at the house yesterday getting stuff finished, and went and picked him up, and he was beat. We came home. We watched some lacrosse last night and went to bed. And he slept in and just got up, worked out. So I'm sitting up here with the dogs. He's going to meet me after his workout, and then we're going to go up to the house. He hasn't seen it since basically drywall and framing. He's going to freak out when he sees it. And then we're going to go have a Mother's Day dinner someplace. And he doesn't leave till Tuesday. So my wife is ecstatic that he came up and made it up for Mother's Day. And just an all in all, a really nice weekend. We had lousy weather. Last time he came in with his girlfriend back in March, rained all the weekend. Same thing here. Rained, cold, nasty. And I go, God, it was sunny. It was beautiful, but it's overcast, and there's some another line coming in. So it's going to get wet here later. Not looking good for my sod, I swear. I've been trying to get my sod laid for days, and when it rains, they won't let dirt. You got to put topsoil down before you put the sod down. And then they don't let you cut sod. They don't let you bring up the dirt guys. Won't let you pick up the soil because it's wet. Mother Nature has not been cooperating with me. Basically everything's done. I just need my exterior done, and I can go for my certificate of occupancy. So, but hopefully this week, looks like the rain's going to blow out, and they'll get that thing done. So, Horace and Roberto, you go, guys. Let's rock. Let's get it done. So, anyway, I'm in a really good mood. Got some great REM sleep last night, and looking forward to a happy rest of the Mother's Day and enjoying my time with my kid. And hey, another exciting, fantastic, constructive week ahead, starting early tomorrow morning. And you know what to do. Get up early, make your bed, put your game face on, get in the shower, dress for success, have an awesome breakfast, put some food and protein and some energy. Go through your day, knick-knack through the morning, have a nice lunch, work your tail off, get off, go home, have a great dinner, work out, whatever, and have fun with family and friends, and then do it again the next day. Make sure you get 6 to 8 hours of sleep. But I'm telling you, making that bed is the most important thing. You start your day off on a positive note. Don't leave your bed unmade. It's so important to start your day off on a positive note. It'll just change your whole outlook. So with that, here's what I'm thinking. On Mother's Day, May 11th, 2025. And that word is discover. Yeah, discover. That's my word of the day. Why do I like that? Once again, it's an action word. It's a connector. You got to do, if you want to discover something, you have to take action. You have to figure out what you want to discover, why it kind of made you curious about it and discover. But discover is so important. My main words that I use every day: business, personal, athletics, sleep, whatever you're doing in a 24-hour day. If you've got that word discover in your verbiage or in your mindset, it's going to propel you through the day, because you're always going to be discovering new ways to do things, improve, make things more efficient, more productive. It's got all of those little, antidotes that are words connected to it. And once again, if you got to discover something, there's going to be a journey. There's going to be a starting point, and there's going to be an end point. And then there's going to be all those stops and things that you stop and smell the roses or look or take video or whatever. And then at the end, when you finish, you can look back and you can assess where you needed to improve, where you were just right, maybe you weren't enough. And discover is just an exciting thing. Let's take athletics. You got to discover really how good you really are. People say that you're good, but maybe you don't have the confidence, or maybe you're that's just not your gig from your characteristics to be flamboyant and boisterous and chirping. You just go and do your thing. There's all types of athletes, but they all need to discover. They need to discover what they're good at, what they're not good at, how they practice, how they can improve on their physical condition, their eating habits, their grades. You got to discover every day. I mean, when you improve, you discover new things to apply. But discovery in athletics is just so important, because if you work on discovering new things every day as you lead up to game day, and then you execute and initiate those things that you learn by discovering, man, You're going to improve your stats, your possession, your shooting percentage, whether you're, maybe it's your saves if you're a goalie or a defenseman, or, no penalties. I mean, the more that you discover that's positive, remember, you got to discover positive things. Discovering negative things are good, because that way you don't want to do that stuff. But if you discover positive things, oh man, it's just so important on the athletics field, because you're always improving. Remember, the day that you stop learning is the day you should go do something else. And discovery is so important in athletics. Just discovering new ways, watch it. Hey, look at that guy, how he did that. Hey, I want to do that. Boom, you just discovered something. So discovery, crucial in athletics. Business, discover. Oh my God, discover. Every day you got to discover something. I mean, people that copy me, it's flattering. I have no problem with it. It's a form of flattering. They couldn't figure out. Listen, I look at stuff all day, and I see something I like, but I like to give it my own little flair, and that's called discovery. And it doesn't matter, whether it's a new product that I saw, or a new way another publisher portrayed something, in his magazine, or a new way to have a new revenue stream come in from your existing data or your products and services that you're marketing. Man, discovery in business, discovering how good of a person you are, how you can get your team, motivated to follow your vision, your plan, that you want to get done. If you're an upper level person, you got to discover how to be a leader, a good leader. All right. One that gets it done, and everybody will follow, your footsteps, and then actually, grow and learn from you and build your company to, some billion-dollar corporation. It's so important in business. Discovery, man. You can't not have discovery or discover in your verbiage if you're an entrepreneur or business person. It's going to lead to whatever success that you're going to have. Relationships. You got to discover what type of person that you are. And it's not just for personal. It could be people that look at all the people you communicate with every day. It's amazing. All right. You talk to so many different people. You can discover new people. Maybe there's someone out there you just met that you didn't even know existed, or they might know someone. Hey, he could help you with your project. In your personal relationships, hey, you want to discover, what that person's all about, what makes them tick, what makes them laugh, what makes, what kind of food they, you got to discover all these things. All right. And if you master it, you can make your days go so much more, smoother. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's it could be anybody you talk to all day long, because you can communicate. Listen, if you can communicate, keep it simple, be flexible, negotiable, listen with your ears, stick a sock in your mouth when you yak too much, like I always do all the time. Listen, your days will go so much better. And it's your responsibility to be able to make a positive out of a negative. And that's by discovering new ways to do that stuff, because not every way that you learned is going to make that possible. All right. So remember, you got to make the best of your day, and it's your responsibility to make sure that it's positive. I don't care if it's raining, clear, sunny, cloudy, thunderstorm, sleet, snow, whatever. It's your responsibility to make sure that you end up on a positive note at the end of the day. All right. And there's pits and valleys that you go through. That's just the way life is. But you discover new ways to make your days go better and positive, man, you're just going to have more W and L's. And L's aren't loses. Those are called learning. You're going to have more wins and learning on the scoreboard when it's all said and done. All right? And sleep. Hey, I've been working now over 4 months on my sleep. I'm getting about 6.5 hours, give or take a couple minutes. And the bottom line, I feel awesome. My body loves me. I found out how to unplug at the end of the night, brush my body knows what's going on, but there's all different ways that, you discover. We put a fan, we have white noise in there. I don't eat before, I go to bed because I don't want it sitting in my stomach. I want to have a little water by my head. There's my whole little routine. But I discover new ways because I'm always looking. Look, I'm looking on the web all day. I always see things about, sleep, how you go about it. And this was my goal this year. I wanted to get better sleep. As you get older, you don't sleep much. You got to learn how to reprogram your body and your mind to give you that 6.5 hours, or whatever hourage you need to recharge your battery. All right. But discover, when you're sleeping, the way to sleep, and make your body rest and get that so it can kick tail for you, day in and day out, and for as long as you're, alive to use your body, man, it's just so important. And if I missed anything else that you do in a 24-hour day, hey, you got to discover new ways to make that better. All right. from the heart, take it to the bank, up in your knowledge vault, use it for a rainy day, just like today, or a cloudy day, or a sunny day, whenever you need it. Okay? It could be a sunny day, and you're just having a lousy day. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You didn't make your bed that great. You didn't put your game face on, and you're just trudging along. Listen, you got to discover something, man, to get it going, because you got to finish on a positive note, strong with the momentum to go into that night. All right? And then be in a good mood when you go to bed, because when you go to sleep, man, your body can know that if you're thinking about things, your mind's racing and stuff, you got to discover how to get rid of that. There's a time and a place for everything. Timing in business is everything. Don't get me started. I can roll with all those sayings, but discovery is just so important, And if you work on discovering new things every day, every week, every month, for the remainder of the year, all the way to December 31st, you will see a change in yourself. Your teammates will, your cohorts, your teammates, your mind will, your body will, everybody will. But hopefully you'll be able to see it. And people are going to say to you, man, what's different about you? Well, I've been working on Discover every day. All right. And listen, you can take your data right here on your phone. You're connected to it all day long. Create a notepad, create an email, and just write a paragraph, 100 words on how you worked on being discovered. Hey, you can dictate it on your microphone if you want to be high tech. All right. But here's the thing. If you do that day in and day out consistently, by the end of the year, you're going to have a little less than 8 months of data on yourself, and you're going to be able to look back at all those days. You're going to remember them. You're going to freak out. But first of all, congratulations. If you go and do it every day, no better time than the present. Start today. Just write a couple sentences on how you discovered how to, get ready for bed. Get in your routine, change the momentum. But I'm telling you, if you do that all year long, you'll have all this data, and you'll be able to look back and assess. And that's what it's all about. Starting point, end point, along the journey. These are all the days that are in between today and the end of the year. And you're going to be able to see and remember all those days. And you're going to be able to, hey, I should have done better there. Or I was right on the money there. Or I need to do a little more. But I'm telling you, this, talking to yourself and clearing your mind and all that, I'm telling you, discover is so important to having your verbiage or having your mindset, whatever you're doing. Remember, it's an action, it's a connecting word. So, hey, I appreciate you all out there. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mom out in Cave Creek. And they're driving out Tuesday. I think they're driving back to Ohio. I'm going to sell that house. And they're starting the house up in Flagstaff. And that's where they're going to finish off their retirement. So good for them. So listen, have a great rest of your Sunday. And Mother's Day, Sunday night remaining, and then have a fantastic, constructive week ahead. And boom, all of a sudden, man, we're halfway through May, and in a couple weeks, boom, it's Memorial Day weekend, and June, here we come. So, listen, be safe out there, take action, discover,